Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity to speak on breakthrough therapy today, probably one of the most discussed topics lately in the industry, and I'm going to try and do it in 5 minutes. So I'm the head of regulatory affairs for Novartis Oncology in the US, and just want to let you know that the presentation is really a reflection of my views. Just a little bit about breakthrough therapy. It was, like it was mentioned earlier, it was implemented as a part of FDAcia in 2012 to expedite drug development and approval of new therapies. Specifically, it intended to treat serious and life-threatening conditions, and there also had to be preliminary clinical evidence to show that the drug demonstrated that it was better than current available therapies. FDA issued a final guidance to talk about various programs that they offered for serious and life-threatening conditions in May of earlier this year. And breakthrough therapy can be requested, or the designation can be requested by a sponsor anytime that they want to start clinical studies from the first in human or anytime subsequent to that if clinical data are available. And FDA has 60 days to respond to that designation request. As we can see, there have been several applications for the breakthrough therapy designation since the introduction of the breakthrough therapy concept in 2012. So approximately, I would say, 1/3 of the requests have been approved by CDER and about 1/5 from CBER. To date, there have been 9 compounds that have been approved for 10 disease states, which have had the breakthrough therapy designation. So as you could see, majority of the approvals are for therapies to treat some sort of cancer or hematologic malignancies. I believe 7 or 8 of them are to treat some sort of cancer or heme malignancy. And of note, several of these disease conditions are rare, and they are considered orphan disease. So from a Novartis perspective, to date, we've had 5 compounds that have received breakthrough therapy designation, and one of them is in collaboration with the University of Pennsylvania. So I'm going to focus just a little bit on Ceritinib, which is our ALK inhibitor, which has not only received breakthrough therapy, but was also approved earlier this year. So in the area of precision medicine, as was spoken earlier, many cancers, given the specificity of the selective biomarkers, are inherently becoming rare and orphan diseases. So an example of this is the ALK inhibitor, which it's an example. So there's over 400,000 people or prevalence that are living with lung cancer, but the ALK positive non-small cell lung cancer only occurs in about 5 to 10% of the population. So it really makes it an orphan disease. So in this space, Ceritinib, which was developed by Pfizer, was first approved in 2011 for the ALK positive non-small cell lung cancer. But in this disease, invariably, patients develop either resistance to Ceritinib or they progress and they cannot use that drug anymore. So this was the space in which Novartis initially began the development of Ceritinib, and breakthrough, and based upon the phase 1 data, we approached the agency because it was trying to fill a high unmet medical need to get for the breakthrough therapy designation. So here's our regulatory timelines and milestones that we had for Ceritinib. So we basically started our clinical studies in January of 2011 with the IND just a little earlier in 2010. And as you can see, if if the data are there, I think the agency is definitely willing to work with you to meet an unmet medical need. And we were able to get the product on the market in about 4.5 years, in 4 years. So, so I think, you know, this is, I mean, so what I wanted to share with you was just the Novartis experience. And in the process, we also got orphan designation for our compound, and had a successful approval April of this year.